Hey everyone, and welcome to High Fidelity, where today I'll be sharing with you my experience staying at the Great Wolf Lodge in Wisconsin Dells. Now, if you have been to the Dells many times, or if you were about to plan your first trip there with your family and you have never stayed at the Great Wolf Lodge Resort before, then this is the video for you. Because I will be telling you about everything that me and my family did while we stayed here, as well as what it cost and if I think it is worth it. I know that there are a lot of choices to stay when you come to the Dells, and it can make planning a trip pretty overwhelming. But this video hopefully will help you decide if staying at the Great Wolf Lodge is right for you. Before I get into my experience, I just want to thank you for clicking on this video and ask that you please hit the like button to help support the channel. Also, if you want to see more videos about food and travel in the future, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well. My two children, who were 11 and 5 years old at the time, as well as my fiance, stayed at this resort for 3 nights in August. I booked one of their Wolf Den suite rooms, which is a themed room that includes a bunk bed for the kids. My kids love the fact that they get their own area with their own TV and had a lot of fun together. I will say that when I first got into the room, the remote control for their TV was nowhere to be found, but I was able to call the front desk and they got a new one to me within 15 minutes. One thing that will be very evident as soon as you walk in is that the staff here is really great and attentive. After I got the new remote, I also received a text from the front desk to make sure that everything was okay. They informed me that if I needed anything else, to just text them back at that number, which was also very convenient. One thing that we found very useful during our stay were the wristbands that you are given when you check in. For adults, they not only work as your room key, but you can also use them around the resort as a way to bill things to your room, for anything from food to gifts in the gift shop. For the kids, the different colored wristbands tell the staff which age level they are and where they should and shouldn't be in the water park and the resort. As I have said, this resort is made to entertain families, so while I grade it, I will be looking at it under that lens. The room itself is nothing special for the adults, although there is a coffee maker and a fridge. The bathroom and vanity area is also not huge, but again, these rooms are not designed for people to lounge around in. This is basically Vegas, but for kids, so you can expect basic creature comforts and a clean room. We did get a balcony with us being on the 3rd floor, and while the view of the parking lot was not that great, the door was soundproof, which allows us parents a break from time to time if need be. Our king bed was very comfortable, and the kids were cozy in their beds as well. My daughter is pretty tall for an 11-year-old, and she's still fit, although next year she will probably need her own bed. While the Great Wolf Lodge currently has at least 20 locations around the United States and Canada at the time of recording this video, this one in the Dells is the original and was built in 1997. The founders were 2 brothers whose last name is actually Waterman, and they created the resort after being the original owners of Noah's Ark Water Park, another very popular attraction in the Dells. They sold their idea of a great outdoors themed indoor and outdoor water park just a few years later, and since then the new owners have made many additions to the original resort. I think that you can tell that this hotel was built around 25 years ago, but it is kept up to date in many areas and kept pretty clean. I would say that all the common areas as well as our room were very clean, and again the staff are very attentive. But while waiting in line for some of the water slides, you start to look around and you can see dust on some hard to reach places. It could be because we came at the end of the summer and the hotel doesn't do a deep clean until the resort is not as busy. But again, all in all, I would say that this is a clean resort. Also, even though the building and the rooms do look a bit dated, that kind of works with the theme of this place being a log cabin style resort. And the way they have integrated new technology, like the wristbands that can be used as room keys as well as credit cards, so that you don't have to carry both around, are very handy. But I think the real value here is in the water park, both indoor and outdoor. The first day we got to the Great Wolf, the temperature outside was in the low 70s and it had rained earlier in the day, so we appreciated all the indoor options the facility had to offer. Here's a great tip for you when you stay here. Even though check-in is set at 4 p.m., you can actually come to the water park hours earlier and enjoy it before you check into your room. We got here about 3 hours early, and by the time check-in came around, my kids were all ready for a break. This year, we also decided to go to the aforementioned Noah's Ark Water Park during our stay, and with a family of 4, the price tag for that day alone got to be over $500. While the water park there is bigger than what they have at the Great Wolf, I don't think my kids had any more fun at Noah's Ark than they did at the water park at our resort. So if you plan on just going to the water park at the resort and do not plan a trip to any other water park in town, you are saving yourself a ton of money. Plus, if you come early before check-in, it is almost like getting a free day at the water park as well. And since this place was created by the people who also created Noah's Ark, you know that this place is legit. There are also different food choices in the resort, and while we did get a chance to try the food by the water park and in the ice cream shop, we did not get a chance to eat at the restaurant. The food at the water park was fine and priced at what you would expect. The ice cream store though is really great, and my kids loved going there. The location of the resort is fantastic in my opinion as well, as it is right off the highway and there are a ton of good food options around the hotel if you want to go out. My kids are 6 years apart, but there are things at the water park for both of their age groups. My daughter, who is older, loves the wave pool, and it was difficult to get her to leave on most days. There are also many water slides that range from very standard to pretty intense, so both my kids were able to find what they were comfortable with. My son, who is 5, went on his first real water slide this year, which was attached to his favorite part of the park, which is a large play area that also includes a huge bucket of water that gets dumped on the guests below. The outside area is a bit small compared to other resorts and water parks, but it still has a lot of options. Since this resort is open all year round, I can understand why they would choose to have more options indoors because there are plenty of days when it will be too cold to swim outside. Besides the water park, there are many other things to keep the kids busy and happy here. There is an arcade in the resort where the kids can win tickets and turn them in for prizes. This was another thing that my kids loved, and we spent one night after dinner just playing video games here. Another thing that my kids really enjoyed were the special activities that the hotel plans every day. These range from arts and crafts projects to dance parties and even morning yoga. My son really got a kick out of the different mascots they have that would meet the kids, and he told me that next year he wanted to stay 5 nights so that he could meet all 5 characters. This is a good segue into my favorite part of my stay at the Great Wolf Lodge, which is how the staff work to improve your stay. I briefly talked about how quickly they were able to fix any problems I had, but their customer service goes far beyond that. The people that work here seem like they genuinely enjoy making kids happy and will go out of their way to make sure everyone is having a good time. They understand that this is a place for kids and everything is designed so that kids can enjoy themselves. There are also things for parents too, but for the most part, this resort is made from top to bottom for children of all ages in mind. Having said that, I never got the feeling like other people's kids were bothering us, and the hotel itself is not noisy once the lights go out. This year, we had a room right by the front desk area and the elevator, so possibly one of the noisiest spots in all the hotel, and I did not have any complaints. So this is my final review of the Great Wolf Lodge. As I said at the start of this video, I'm reviewing this resort as a family-friendly resort and will not be grading it the same way as I would a resort in Mexico, so to speak. Having said that, I think this is the perfect place to stay with a family when you are visiting Wisconsin Dells. I think that when you come to the Dells with a family, that you are looking for a specific type of experience, and I think that you will find it here for sure. And if you are not enjoying yourselves, then I bet the staff will find a way to make your stay better. I also think that when you consider the convenience of the on-site water park along with the hotel, that is a very cost-effective option. I know that my kids went to the water park every day that we were here, which basically pays for the room itself if we had to take the kids somewhere else. Now, as far as what I paid for our room, I paid $765 for 3 nights with resort fees and taxes, which works out to about $255 a night. For comparison, 4 tickets to Noah's Ark will run you $240 before taxes or anything else. I did pay full price for a Wolf Den suite, but I have seen many Groupon offers where you can get over $100 off per night depending on when you stay. So if you're planning a trip that is a few months away, I would recommend checking out the coupon sites as well. But all in all, I think that this is a great place to stay, and I've decided to come back during the winter with my family again. So let me know in the comments what you thought of my stay here, and if you would like me to do a follow-up video during my next trip. And if you happen to work at the Great Wolf Lodge in Wisconsin Dells, my family and I thank you very much for helping make our trip so fun. But that is all I have today. Thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time on High Fidelity.